Liberia, it is a total. Breaking signs of the issue for better discussion. Shall we come into the shall we say? Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Seku Sherry say, Liberia, let's go for the Liberia. It is a total. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Seku Sherry say, Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Seku Sherry say, Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Seku Sherry say, Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, Seku Sherry coming to talk.
Television. Nobody knows me. Record the show. And yes, indeed, it's always good to return on the radio. No matter what knocks you down in life, never give up. Great blessings are the results of great perseverance. Integrity gives you freedom because you have nothing to fear since you have nothing to hide. No matter how educated, talented you are, how you treat people ultimately tells all. Integrity is everything. Hate does exist. It is insincerity and weak people who can. But listen to me today. No matter what the issues are, there will be lots of things playing against you by even the very people you think should be there for you. Believe in Allah. Believe in Jesus. Whosoever you believe in, keep the faith and keep moving. What's a great way to return on the People's Program, Issues of Today, right here on Voice of Liberia 104.1. Running you through your evening hours up to 9 o'clock tonight. And we're back here tonight to do the people's job. Today is the 23rd of May 2023, and we have a few more months to elections in Liberia. And today I want to remind you of the prophecy made on July 3rd, 1983 by the late Mother Duclet, when she once prophesied during her prophecy. She said, "Though will be overthrown and there will be bloodshed. A tyrannical leader will come from the north, but will be booted out. There will be bloodshed and massive destruction, more than the first one. A woman will succeed him. There will be a hardship during her regime. After her leadership, there will emerge a leader from the south. He will be overlooked and condemned, but will be loved by the ordinary people. It is under him that the country will prosper. People will wonder whether there has ever been a civil war in Liberia. The generation that will witness his presidency will prosper. They will enjoy the land. He will be God's choice, and after him, there will be no more war in Liberia. Liberia will forever be prosperous." And she said, "I may not be around to see it, but God has told me, and his words never fail." The late Mother Duclet, in July 3rd, 1983, her prophecy has come to reality. Good evening, Liberia. Good evening, Liberians. What a great way to return here tonight on the program Issues of Today on Voice of Liberia, as we discuss the issues that matter to the people of Liberia, educating them, straightening out of the contradictions. And you don't want to miss today's edition of the program. Too many things we're going to talk about, and they're going to be surrounding some important issues. My name is Sekou Sharif. With the blessing of my parents, inshallah, I'm going to take you up to 9 o'clock tonight. What I said we have for you on plate? Too many issues. Yeah, too many issues for you tonight. And so it's good to be back here tonight on the show. I want to say welcome. For those of you just joining us, today is the very first time. I want to say thank you very much. And yes, indeed, this is where we converge to talk about all of the issues that matter and the important ones, by the way. What's happening in Liberia? And I've been told about what transpired over the weekend at the church of Senator Prince Johnson. And I want to use this time to condemn whosoever that went there. I think that was totally wrong. We should not encourage these kinds of actions in our country. We have a peaceful president who sees peace as a paramount issue under his leadership, and people who want to do anything, I think we all should discuss the issues. We can disagree to agree, but we should not in any way do physical attacks. We should not be like people in the character of some other people in our country. But I think what transpired was totally wrong. Whosoever sent those of the individuals that went at Prince Johnson Church, Senator Prince Johnson Church, on Sunday, I think that was totally wrong. We should not do it. They had to be recording, right? They had to be recording. We should not do it. And for whatsoever reason, that should not be accepted. You just start recording. You been recording? Okay. So, fellow Liberians, we have major information for you today. And before we start that issue, we will want you people to call in and pray. And the reason why we want you to pray is, inasmuch we always agree or we disagree to agree, we will not pray for any bad thing for anyone in Liberia. The news we're getting about our former vice president is very terrible. We want Liberians to join hands together so we can pray for the former vice president. But we'll go into that later on the show. There's something we want to pass on before going. There was a report by In Profile did it, a local newspaper. They reported a story and they were alleging the current Liberian ambassador to Belgium and listen, go to the Facebook and the link to get it. Should you have the Facebook live link, you send it to me, I'll send it to somebody. And they reported that Ambassador Ase Yenabo. I don't know the ambassador in person. I've not met him in person. But when such a story come up, some of us investigative journalists, we gain interest to either deepen the investigation, to know more about it so that we can, inform the Liberian people. And we make efforts to reach to the institution about the story they reported, where they said Ambassador Ase Yenabo was allegedly involved into the selling of Liberian passports. He was allegedly involved into illegal sale of diamond, gold and diamond in Europe. And at one point in time, the reporter they said he's supporting the CDC. Another point in time in the report, they said Ambassador Yenabo also supporting the Unity Party in the upcoming October elections. And so with all these kinds of allegations, we saw them prudent to have carried out our own, investigation to authenticate some of the things the newspaper reported. And we made efforts reaching out to the folks. Mind you, for our passports being sold out to foreigners or people of not Liberian citizenship, it is something very serious that could or should caught anyone's attention. And so we decided to find out, why is our passport being sold according to the newspaper? So while investigating, we noticed, or we uncovered, some issues about all the allegations that were leveled against Ambassador Ase Yenabo. Maybe for some of you, I want to take your mind back. Ambassador Ase Yenabo has been a senator of Grand Jida County, and he went up to the position of the Senate pro tempore of the Liberian Senate. He had served several other positions in Liberia, and he's currently the ambassador accredited by the past and the present government to Brussels. So this individual is not like the normal people you would talk about. This is a character that has served Liberia in several other positions. So when these kinds of allegations are coming up about him, people like us want to investigate to know, and we can connect his past jobs he did to his present job he's currently serving the country. I've not received it yet. And mommy, go on Facebook on your phone and just send it to my WhatsApp, the link. And so we decided to investigate. But here is it. I have a communication in my possession that was shared with me by the newspaper. And in the communication, they sent to me before the publication. And such happened at a time. Sometimes the job we do, fellow Liberians, the people we trust, sometimes the people that move or share information with us, they at times put us in a position we report some stories that are far from the truth. And this is in the case of In Profile Daily. And I want to say kudos to the management of In Profile Daily for accepting their own, for accepting their wrongdoings, take responsibility of it. That's how a responsible institution behave. So when we went ahead on the investigation to contact folks from In Profile Dealers, they were able to share a communication with us. And we got to know that the entire story that was being reported by In Profile Daily, it was a story taken from an online platform, no source, nothing to authenticate some of the allegations, or all, not some, but all the allegations they leveled against Ambassador Ase Yanabo. So there's a communication from In Profile Daily. I'm going to read it, and I'm also going to read portion of the newspaper that came up today, making the necessary clarification about what they reported about Ase Yanabo. Now, some of you will not understand this. This is not about Ambassador Ase Yanabo. It is about the country. When a newspaper reports a story that an ambassador representing Liberia is out in another country involved into things that are not right, it has a direct negative implication on the country called Liberia. That could also serve as a means where maybe some of you Liberians will want to go to Belgium, and looking at the record of the current ambassador, they will say, oh no. Or they will say yes. So when that story came up, some of us decided to go through it. And we got to understand that it was a made-up story because someone used to work with the embassy that got dismissed because of some unprofessional actions of them. They were dismissed by the government, and so they are now supporting another political party, and they think that this is the means in which they can use to give a bad picture about the government. So they think they could use the embassy of Liberia in Belgium and using the ambassador to carry out their false information. So they create a fake website and have a fake story being placed there. But I think I want to blame In Profile Daily a little bit. I think as an institution, you should not take news from on an online platform. You don't know who is the owner or who reports the story or who is the reporter or said story that you publish on your newspaper. This is what they wrote, and I'm going to read for you. In Profile Daily wrote this, and this document was being sent to me by one of the persons from In Profile Daily. It says, rebuttal from independent journalists on the articles from from In Profile newspaper on May 17, 2023, Friday. May 17, 2023. The so-called investigative, that's liveafrica.com, Prince C. Maxwell, former employee of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Liberian embassy near Brussels, and others wrote all lies and misinformation on Ambassador Ase W. Yanabo II of the Brussels mission, indicating that the ambassador smuggles diamonds and gold to Europe and sells to Antwerp, selling Liberian passports to foreigners, engages in open corruption, manipulation, dangerous controlling tactics. Let it be known that the brain behind this story is pointed to Prince C. Maxwell. Now, the same Prince Maxwell I just told you about, he was being dismissed for some unprofessional actions he carried out when he served the institution then. So it is a long communication, an apology communication to Ambassador Ase Yanabo. So today's edition of In Profile Daily newspaper, they say volume 15, number 129, In Profile Daily, Tuesday, May 23, 2023. Let me read you all the stories on the front page of this newspaper. They say, District 10 is my home. We will correct the wrong in October. VP Taylor challenges Representative Columbine. On the other side, it said, unprovoked. You see the presence of, they said, Nimba Council condemns attack on PYJ. And then on the same side, it said, unfounded allegations. Investigation clears Ambassador Yanabo. Investigation clears Ambassador Yanabo. And so it is the In Profile Daily today report, and it is a very long story they wrote. Right? It is a very long story. So I want to say this. Maybe some of you, you read that story and you believe what they said about Ambassador Yanabo. The same newspaper has come up and said that what they reported about Ambassador Yanabo was far from the truth, and they made a mistake, and they are appealing to Ambassador Yanabo to forgive them. They've corrected their mistakes, and that story has been taken from an online source, not original source, to authenticate all the allegations they mentioned. But let me tell you, how will an ambassador be able to sell a passport? It is not possible. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they have a passport department. Before you get a passport, you go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They have law procedure in which you follow. So how come you think someone... But all these things are meant to tarnish the image of the government of Liberia. And so at the end of the day, you need to be very smart. Very, very smart you need to be. Okay. Come on, brother. You need to be very smart. Okay, and I thought to make that clarification because we launched an investigation thinking that we could receive more pieces of evidence, but on the contrary, it shows that Ambassador Yanabo did not do all that they said. In fact, the newspaper itself needed to come up with a rebuttal, in their Tuesday's publication. Fellow Liberians, two things today we're going to be looking at. Today I'm going to tell you how tribalistic, how divisive, how unpatriotic. How unpatriotic Senator Prince Johnson is. I want to use this time again to condemn whosoever that went to Senator Prince Johnson church. I think that was not right. We should not allow these kinds of things to happen in our country. Whosoever that did what it did, let the police take charge of the matter and let people stop such an action. Inasmuch we disagree, inasmuch today we will sit on this radio and tell Prince Johnson the truth. But we should not go to the church of Senator Prince Johnson or any other persons to stage whatsoever to disrupt the normal activities of said person. We don't know who were the individuals. We don't want to say who did it, but we want to condemn that action. And we're thankful that nothing happened to Senator Prince Johnson. We want to call on the police to do all they can to bring the perpetrators to book so that they can answer for their actions. No. So that they can answer for their actions. With that being said, fellow Liberians, I want you tonight, I'm going to open the lines for a few minutes. And I want you, if you're out there, if you are a supporter of Ambassador Joseph Newman Boaka, or you are not supporter of Ambassador Joseph Newman Boaka, but I want you to bear in mind that Ambassador Boaka served this country, even though he desperately performed. But it is about the life of a statesman. I'm going to open the lines this evening. I want you to call us. If you are Muslim, you pray for the former vice president. If you are Christian, you pray for the former vice president. We still need him. Even though he has not done what a leader should have done when he served this country. But I think we as Liberians, we need to pray for our leaders. Ambassador Joseph Newman Boaka is in a critical health condition. And we all, I don't want anyone putting politics into this thing this evening. I don't need it. What we need to do, we need to pray for him. When we are through praying for him, and I will explain to you Liberians what's happening to Ambassador Joseph Newman Boaka. And I will also tell you about what he has within him. As we speak, his health condition has gotten worse. I don't want anyone politicizing this thing. I beg you, Liberians, seditionists, partisans of other political parties, it is not time for us to politicize the health condition of Ambassador Boaka. It is time for us to jointly pray for him so that God can give him good health. It is time for us to jointly pray, to call Allah as he goes through one of the difficult times in his life, as he faces what he faces currently in terms of his health condition. We're going to open the lines, let people, if you're Muslim or you're Christian, and I'm begging you, please don't call and you want to do politics about this. This is about the health of the former vice president. Like I said, yeah, you will say he did not do anything well. Yes, but this time, it is not time for us to politicize this issue. It is about us praying for him first. Then we'll tell you exactly what's happening, and we continue to pray for the health of Ambassador Joseph Newman Boaka. He's in a very critical mood, a critical condition that serious attention has been paid to him. 0770907909 907 0770 907 907 0880 907 907 0880 907 907 are the two numbers tonight. I don't want anyone calling to politicize this issue. Let's call and pray for former Vice President Joseph Newman Boakai. Good evening. Good evening. Let's hear you, my brother. Now, former Vice President Joseph Newman Boakai is in a critical condition, and we need to pray for him. Calling from bombing. Let's hear you. Oh, too bad. We barely hear what you said. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, good evening. Go ahead, my brother. Let's hear you.
I only call the show that the Almighty God can heal Ambassador Boakai, not for politics.
Yes. We're not doing political issue now.
I pray within the critical condition he may be able and have more left to live to see the country more.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let us pray for former Vice President Joseph Newman Boakai. He's in a critical condition. Good evening.
God, in the name of Jesus Christ, I pray. Our brother is our brother, is our papa. And when the years is kicked down, he is not like we all can celebrate. I will celebrate the door. God, we know whatever we ask the leader to do it. Pray for all who can celebrate and say thank you. Thank you, Jesus, I pray. Amen.
Thank you very much, my brother. Let's take another person. Let's pray for Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai. He's in a very critical condition. Good evening. Let me take this person. Good evening. Yeah, good evening. Let's hear you. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
I'm praying for Ambassador Joseph Boakai after the few more months of election. Before the month or next or country, and then we spend so that it will be the best leader for the nation.
Let's take another person on the line here. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, go ahead.
I said, all my to see you out. Yeah, I said,
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me take this person. Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai is in a critical condition. Good evening. Good evening. Let's hear you. We're taking 5 minutes to take calls. Then we'll tell you exactly what's happening. Good evening.
I'll let you know the paper institute because I think you have some better president.
The vice president, right? He has mental problem. Is it what you sensing? I know you can't talk to our vice president like that, man. How will you say the man has a mental problem? You don't do that to your leaders. You know, in as much you would disagree with former Vice President Joseph Newman Boakai, but you cannot say he has a mental problem. We will not accept that. Good evening. Good evening. Let's hear you. Let's hear you, my brother. Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai is seriously ill. Okay, thank you very much, this person. Good evening. Okay. Now, like I said, we open the lines for 5 minutes. Let me just take the last person and then we move on. You know, in as much, I always say this to people. We can disagree, but let us pray for each other's success. Good evening. Let's hear you. Grand Kipma County.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I pray that God touches his soul and he must be the next president of this nation.
Thank you very much. We're not talking politics, but I think we're talking about his, his well-being. Now, let's hold the calls. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that called in praying for the speedy recovery of Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai. As we speak, former Vice President Joseph Walker has a serious medical complication, and I was privileged to have spoken, and I won't call the name. I don't want you to have spoken with one of the doctors, and that shared some information with me about what has been used on Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai. And today will be in simple Liberian English, so that you that are listening will understand exactly what we're discussing. It was even admitted by Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai that he has a peacemaker. And I want to say thank you to every one of you that called and prayed for him. We received this information over the weekend, but you know, as journalists, we thought to confirm some of the things that we received. So we spoke to one of the doctors, and he even shared the entire thing about us, for us to understand that what is it all about peacemaker, how does it work, you know, what are the peacemaker tips, which one are the tips that Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai is using, who needs a peacemaker, you know, and what are the risks associated with a peacemaker when you're using it, and to the extent how do you prepare for a peacemaker. All of that the doctor was able to share with us, you know, how, you know, peacemaker surgery is being performed, you know, all of that they were able to share with us. After peacemaker placement, what happened, what are the risks associated, what peacemaker, you know, precautions should you take, and what you should not do, what you should do, and how it is. So we want to say thank you, but let us let you know, fellow Liberians, in as much like I've said on this radio, that Joseph Newman Boakai has definitely performed in this country, we should not be here to pray for bad against Ambassador Boakai. We want him to live and continue to live, to see whatsoever he needs to see, you know, in terms of what this government, what the native people saw. And this is what people don't like for people to say, but it is the fair and the clear truth. What the native people saw. The man that came from Gibraltar, the man that understands poverty, that came from one of the poorest families in the world, you know, that is now transforming this country, how he's going to continue to transform Liberia. And let me make you to understand that a peacemaker is an electronic, like the way you got the phone, is an electronic medical device. Now, everything I'm going to be saying to you, I'm going to be speaking in a doctor form, because I was being informed about what they did to Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai that is keeping him up to date. If that could not be, you know, if that surgery could have been done, but now, God forbid, Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai with his system, his heart is not functioning well in the common sense. Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai has a problem with his heart. He's not breathing the way normal human beings should breathe. His heartbeat is not doing well. So he needed something to make it to work perfectly. So a pacemaker that is being used on Ambassador Joseph Newman Boaka is an electronic medical device that generally about the size of a matchbox. Now, a surgeon implants it under your skin. Your skin, when you get, they can place it there to help manage irregular heartbeats. That is sometimes, or it is caused. What usually causes that thing? It has been caused by asthmatics. So when you have asthmatics that is being caused by that, you will need to use, because it manages the irregular heartbeats, because the heartbeat is not functioning the way it should function. So the pacemaker also that is being used on Joseph Newman Boaka can also be used to treat types of heart failure, like the way our former vice president had a heart failure. He had a problem with it, lots of things, so they needed to use this. So typically the electrical signal that causes your heart to beat starts at an area of your heart called the it is being called what's the name? I want to get the name. The name is synotoria. It is synotoria, and they call it SA for short, node. And that node is spelled as NODE. So the SA node is your heart's natural pacemaker, the one that God put there, everything. So when you have a problem, they will have the electrical signal generated by the SA node that travel from the top of the heart to the bottom in a synchronized fraction, leading to a heartbeat. Right? So meaning Ambassador Boaka has a problem with his heartbeat. So the natural process needed to be worked on to give him the artificial, the electrical medical device, which is the pacemaker. Now, let me tell you some of the risks and some of the things that happen in the process. In some situations, there are problems with the electrical, a combination of that process, which can lead to a heartbeat that's too fast, where the normal way is supposed to be, it will not be like that. It will be more than the normal way it's supposed to be. So in some cases, it will be too slow. Or otherwise, irregular things that should not happen will start to happen. Now, when that is happening in the medical field, the people call it the arrhythmia. Because the pacemaker generates electrical, impulses that help your heart beat at a normal rate. So when that is being done, you experience that process, because what happened, or the way in which they process it, it has not been functioning, or it was not the right way to function well. So it starts to give you problem. I'm saying what I'm saying because one of the doctors shared the information with me. And he said, the reason why Joe Boaka is having the problem he's having now, it is because, and I will tell you the portion in which he told me that the reason why Joe Boaka is having this problem, some of the things that needed to be done were not done properly. So now it is giving him some problem. And it is what that make Job Walker is going through what he's going through now. We pray that he recovers. Right? In the peacemaker issue, they have different types. Like I said to you, they have types of them. Now they got the modern peacemakers, and the modern peacemaker have two parts. Which one of the peacemakers that Job Walker is using? It is one of the modern peacemakers that has two parts that Job Walker is using as we speak. The plus generator, which contains the peacemaker's battery and the electronics that generate electrical signals, and one or more leads, which are thin wires that deliver electrical signals from the plus generator to your heart. It is which type of peacemaker that Job Walker is using? It is the modern peacemakers that has two parts, and I just named to you the two parts. In that modern generator, they had the type of peacemaker before, but that was something that was not too advanced like what Job Walker is using now, because the world itself is getting advanced. So you can live on battery. In a common sense, Joe is living on battery. He's not living, God comes first. God has the time to take the life of people, but there are things that exist that is not helping Job Walker. Now, I'm not trying to reach to the political issue. I'm going to reach to the political issue in this discussion, but I want to set the basis so you can understand exactly what Job Walker is living on. This is from a doctor, one of the doctors that carried out the surgery on Job Walker in the United States. Now, the modern peacemaker that Job Walker is using has two parts. One is the plug generator. That plug generator is responsible to contains the peacemaker's battery and the electronics that generate electrical signals. Because when that electrical signal is not generated, Job Walker will not live up to tomorrow. God comes first, but he will not live. It is not that I hate him, no. We want him to live, but he lives on battery. So when that electrical thing is not being generated, and when you not put gas in the generator or fuel in the generator, it will go off. That's what I'm trying to say here in simple English. So the plus generator, which contains the peacemaker's battery and the electrical that generate the electrical signals, is one of the two parts within the modern peacemaker that Job Walker has as we speak. The next one is one or more leads, which are thin wires. You get a small wires that deliver electrical signals from the plus generator to your heartbeat. So these two things work together. If for any reason any of them fail, it is a problem for Job Walker. And so the doctor told me and said it is one of the problems that might be experienced by Job Walker that is giving him the critical condition he finds himself. Now, let me give you the different stuff of them, right? But them, they said, according to the doctor information, one of the doctors that worked on Joseph Newman Walker from the United States, he said the leads, which is the second parts, one of the two parts of the modern peacemaker, is that the leads contain the peacemaker's electrodes. The electrodes, which often rest inside your heart, is where they place it in Job Walker's heart, and sense your heartbeat, deliver electrical signals if your heart is beating too quickly or too slowly. So the leads, which is the second one, that it is what that is being placed within Joe Walker's heart. And it is there to sense his heartbeat. So in that process, it delivers electrical signals to know if whether his heart is beating quicker or slowly. So the good thing about it is the traditional pacemakers have only one lead. So in some cases, like what Joe Walker, some people need a special type of peacemakers, called, I think they call it biaventricular. Biaventricular is being spelled as Biventrcular, peacemaker. Or they call it for short, they say Biafent or Bifent or something like that. Right? Now, I'm telling you these things because there are things that, what the doctors explain to us. One of the doctors. Now, listen to some of the risks associated with peacemaker. In the process of giving you a peacemaker, every medical procedure, I know has some risk. Most risks associated with a peacemaker are as a result of the implantation procedure. What are the implication procedure? An allergic reaction to said process, bleeding or bruising, blood clots, damage nerves or blood vessels, an infection at the site of the insection or of the leads themselves, build up of scar tissue around the peacemaker. Peacemaker symptom, which is when a peacemaker only stimulates on vessels leading to a very serious thing. Now, among all the risks associated, which one of them it is the risk that Ambassador Joseph Walker he faces currently? It is the ego. It is the blood clots. Yes. Ambassador Joseph Newman Walker, portion of his heart that the peacemaker was being placed has a blood clot. Now as we speak. So it is giving him a very serious problem. Now you see, I want to say thank you, even though the doctor, it is something very confidential. Now I cannot say it to you tonight. But Ambassador Joseph Newman Walker has a blood clot as we speak. So that is giving him problem of the successful functioning of the peacemaker he had. So his heartbeat is not as normal, even though he lays on a battery, on an electronic thing, it is giving him problem. Listen, I don't want anyone here praying for the death of Ambassador Walker, but I also want to say to you, can a person of such, going through such, be trusted to lead a country? Now you just listen to a document from the doctor, one of the doctors that worked on Ambassador Joseph Newman Walker in the United States when he went for the peacemaker. And he shared lots of other documents with me. Right? And they're telling you the risk associated. So one of the risks associated with the peacemaker process, it is a blood clot. So Ambassador Walker now has a blood clot within his system that is affecting the normal function of the peacemaker he carries. we need to pray. Inasmuch I have said to you that Ambassador Bwaka has caused more harm than good to our country, but I think we need to pray for him. Inasmuch we pray for him, but you also need to know that he's a very sickening person. And this is what the unity partisans are hiding from the Liberian people. Where is Joe Bwaka? Why do you feel this we can see him out? Since he made it, why are we not seeing Joe Bwaka out? It's because the old man is sick and he has a blood clots within the system of the peacemaker. He has a blood clot. So this is what is happening. This is what Ambassador Joseph Numa Bwaka is going through as we speak. And so I don't know whether this is 100% truth, but I'm informed from a very reliable source that he's using someone close to the president so that they can send him out of the country to go seek medical attention. And I want to say to you, Mr. President, everyone know you to be a good person, and you are not that person that wants to see people into danger or whatsoever. If the need exists, help this old man again. Let him go and do the proper work on his heart. Yes, I know he's using someone else to reach to you. And that person is trying to just maybe in a conversation, oh, Ambassador Bogana, where the thing that style, everything, try to use that means and everything, because even the Unity Party, they themselves are so worried about what's going on with the vice president, the former vice president of our country. Let me take a few of your calls, and I can say this to you that there's something. If the vice president goes back to the state for treatment, they're going to implant in him that the vice president will know when he will die. And that does not go for more than a few number of years. The highest is around 3. Yes. The highest. It depends on the condition in which you carry out. I will make it to work. I will give you all the medical documents. 0770-907-907-0880-907-907 are the 2 numbers. When we are done with this issue, then we go to Senator Prince Johnson. Hello.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Emmanuel Smith, and I'm calling from District 6.
Emmanuel Smith, Unity Party. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Sekou, you know, I feel sorry for you, Sekou. Actually, you know, Sekou, you don't have to be Sekou, you got to stop money getting extra and push it.
Emmanuel, if you say that, I will cut you off because you're sounding very, you know what? I gave you the time to speak on what I've just discussed, and you want to be personal. If you go that way, I'll cut you off. So speak to the issue. Where is Joseph Bwaka? How is his health? You don't ask me on the show. Okay, I will cut you off. You don't ask me. Discuss the issue. You won't be personal. Good evening. Yes. You listening to me reading medical documents from the hospital the man went to. Then you won't come talk. Go ahead, my brother. So, thank you, my brother. Let's take another person. Hello. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, my brother. I'm reading from medical document from the hospital. Then again, you want to say you go ahead, brother. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. Let me take another person here. This person. Good evening. Good evening. Let's hear you. Hilton, go ahead. Thank you. Let's take another person here. Good evening. Good evening, sir. Let's hear you. Hmm.
Thank you very much for that document. But let me tell you, that is stupid.
Okay, thank you very much. Oh, you left the line? Let me take another person here. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Good evening, Secretary. Good evening to the voice of Nigeria and good evening to my fellow Nigerians on Radio Land. It's great evening. First of all, let me introduce myself. By the way, the introduction, I'm Esmato A.S. Kamal. I joined this conversation from a peaceful resident transformer community, representation number 10. I listened to your basic analysis. Then I tried to please lead to send your mouth back.
And the basic analysis we gave, hello, the basic analysis we gave, they are nothing by ourselves. It is from one of the doctors that worked on Joseph Newman Parker. And this may serve our country before. We need to let the Liberian people know about his health. Yeah. That what we pray for him to live for a long period of time. So let people stop. The old man is aging and he has a problem with his heartbeat that is causing too many things. Let me take DJ Lomar. DJ, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
DJ Lomar, it's good to join us this evening. Let's hear you, bro.
Thank you, my brother. You know, it would be unprofessional for a doctor to take somebody else's report and give it to somebody and give it to even the family. But for you to say the doctor gave that report, that hospital can be sued if it is true.
DJ Lomar, you know me to be somebody that can lie on in terms of documentation?
Listen, the thing is that let me friend. If you got a delivery and the family have to know that that's such a thing that they can sue that they can sue that hospital or nail that doctor because it's unprofessional to do it. I don't say you lying or whatever.
But DJ Lomar, how will I know about all the things that how peacemaker can work? How when you do they want all they want? No, my man, no, I want to read it. No.
I can tell you what is happening in America now.
No, not one. I'm real about it, DJ Lomar. You my man, I was talking to that boy. I'm real about you.
My brother, let me tell you something. These people were around. They say anyone not going to for second time, anyone not going to end second time, she will die. Any go America, they say anyone. Yeah, any or first time or second time, she any Joe. So there's issue there.
No, we're not talking praying for the main devil. We just talk. No, it's important, DJ Lomas. Listen, It is important this old man has served our country. In as much we always agree that he did not do anything well, but it's also important for us to discuss because it is about his health. Amen. We're talking about citizen winning. Okay, DJ Lamar. Okay, Lamar. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My own good friend and brother, DJ Lomax. Let me take this person. Hello. Good evening. Let's hear you. You see? Go ahead. Okay, so you don't want to believe what the doctor share with us, right? Look at the guy. We journalists ain't asking, are we the family members of the people? Oh, you know what they call journalists, eh? Hello? Good evening, let's hear you. You joining us somewhere? Mm-hmm. Go ahead. That electronic device working in the vice president, in the former vice president. Anytime you go off, you will fall down. Oh yeah. Electronic device. Oh, listen, you're right. Okay, let me go to it. In fact, they said anything that had that kind of what do you think electronic stuff that could connect, you can pass there. So how they may when they may be president now, when they may be passing now, I will be doing anything here. Thank you, my man. You made a very good point. Hello. Yeah, because you are saying unnecessary things. I need to cut you off. Yeah, you can go around magnet or equipment that uses magnet when you're using peacemaker. Hello. Good evening. Go ahead. Clay Island. Go ahead. Hello. Good evening. Go ahead. They may say. That. But listen now, you know what? The battery the man using or the electronic device, they said you can be using it, you go around a magnet area or equipment that uses magnet. You're keeping a cell phone in the pocket over your peacemaker, you can do it. You can keep phone in your pocket. And then say holding a cell phone up to ears that on the same side of your body as your peacemaker. For example, if the peacemaker on your left side, you can put the phone there. So why mistakenly one day the man just take the phone and send it to where the peacemaker is now? Yeah. Yes, we need to know. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you so much. And we spoke with the center, Peter McCauley, the civil ambassador, and going for this 9 months to welcome.
Go ahead.
About pacemaker and pacemaker. Now you Nina or follow that direction of the things that some of our presidents something or they that pacemaker. It was something that said on fire. You will be very clear. You said it don't know what kind of English you should use. They make a deal for a couple of days. You say Palestinians, they want to be called in North. For us, for the community, we have made up our mind and all Nigerians to continue the legacy of the we are setting the level of development that we are seeing in our country. So wherever we have to see, whether somebody was become a president in 2029, when the guy said, then the vice president too, then the vice president take the president and see, and then he choose the vice president to bring the number. We said no.
But listen, brother, the thing here that looking, the thing here that are sounding funny. Once you get peacemaker, anywhere that get magnets or equipment that uses magnet, you can't go there. So our that man when he be president, like bro, the president will be restricted. You can't keep cell phone in your pocket. The day the man be saying put cell phone in your pocket, even you walk here, more people do the man couldn't forget and sleep. Thank you. Let me take another person on the line. Good evening. Yes.
Thank you. This is Edward Show.
You speaking from where? Where are you joining us from?
I'm going from the
Tuporo. You said what?
I said you were tolerant before you're opening for us like but now I have you tolerant.
So who decides who to be tolerant at a particular time?
Okay, let me make my point. I know you're coming or you're coming over. But let me say this.
If you say, listen to me, if you say things that will be out of what we're discussing, I will cut you off. I'm not insulting. Who insulting here? Nobody insulting. No one insulting. Everyone here expressing themselves. But if you say things out of what we're discussing, we'll cut you off. Hello? Yes, good evening. Ruben, go ahead. Sure. Thank you very much. Let me take another person on the line here. Good evening.
Good evening, Sebu.
Good evening. Let's hear you. You're joining us from where?
Thank you for having me, and I appreciate you. Sebu, my name is Andrew Moses, and I'm the National Executive Chairman for the Friends of KEF.
For the friend of who?
The Friends of KEF Hassan.
Go ahead.
And I phoned in from a district 13 resident. I said, before I was waiting to the topic of discussion, want to announce with pleasing honor that tomorrow will be my 26th birth anniversary. And
Hey, my member, go ahead, but what kind of birthday meeting?
People,
Mm-hmm.
in this country, we don't love people that can say the truth.
Sure.
When people are saying the truth, then we get angry. The fact remains here that Joseph Parker is not well.
Mm-hmm.
Whether anybody like it or not, Joseph Parker's children, the children know that he's not well. Even himself admitted that he's not well. So for small beginning, the more Adi there, Hero Costa there, Emo Twain there, to be suffering the people part of that, I swear to God, if Joseph Parker was my grandfather, Sekou, I will sue all the people that lied to the puppet telling that he's a big president for the country. I will sue them one by one because they are not doing any well for my grandfather. If he was my grandfather, God forbid I know he can be my grandfather. If he was my grandfather, I will sue everybody that forcing me, constraining the puppet who should be retiring and me going back to Loba to pay the people one horse there when he's there's someone there in government, he will not able to pay even a 2-bedroom apartment there. I think he can go back on the people. Maybe they'll help me or something like 1-bedroom apartment.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me take another person here. Good evening.
Yeah, my brother, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Let's hear you. You joining us from where?
I'm joining from New Church, I'm Michael Islam.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so Sekou, I want to thank you for the topic. You see, I like your disclaimer at first. We should pray for the puppet. We shouldn't politicize it. That's good. You know, because in your former statement, you have to pray for him. But you see, this old man, him, very simply, is here to himself. The guys who are around him, for example, of recent to the capital building, I listened to young people who were speaking. She said, the puppet will say, Lofa, you're not campaign. In fact,
yeah, they said it. You know the reason why they said it? Because they know the old man is very sickening. He doesn't have what it takes to move to such a level.
That was the guys in the community. The community move, especially with capital, it is really easy. When you great day come back, young man be, and what go through, old man that won't shake or shower will shake. You know, so the old man need to go sit down. My brother, they think they're going to spring and fair here.
Yeah. This is about our country. We're not allowed. Listen, you know what it means for a certain president to die in power? You know what happens?
That president, they don't have money for that. What I'm seeing is short is,
thank you, yeah.
You have to smile at that. Nobody happened yet. But if you look at like Sako, the older man died before the younger one. The father died for the son. But these days people die. Okay, we agree to that. But for me, he is not my grandfather.
The man is not just old, but the man is very sick. And he's living on an electronic. The man is living on an electronic device. Let's take another person here. Hello.
Yeah, hello. I beg you, please let me end my thought.
Who? What's your name? You are in your thought. What your name? You not call your name?
Yes, I'm Alfonso Kamara.
Alfonso Kamara, listen now. Don't be rushing here. Take your time. Take your time, right? Take in some breath. Okay, Alfonso Kamara, calling from where?
I introduce myself.
Oh, you think that I know all the people that are calling, eh? As I introduce yourself, you say you call your name first. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, good evening. Go ahead.
Okay. I would like to say a pleasant good evening to you guys there. I'm Bettina S. Really calling from Teshke Sound to be precise to your point.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Why you this issue or it shouldn't be discussed because
where it should be discussed? Where it should be discussed? Where it should be discussed? We should bring it to West Point?
Yeah.
All right, we'll bring it to West Point, yeah? And who's supposed to discuss on air? All right. They say he's supposed to discuss on air. Then you calling to talk. Good evening. Yeah, good evening. Let's hear you.
Thank you. This is Jose Freeman. I call you from Camp Johnson Road.
Camp Johnson Road. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Every day, they are people and they call them bad. No level of proper can you say against us. I want to know the flog you. You have to get a computer again.
Okay, so my brother, let me ask you, yeah? Let me ask you. Is it a bad thing to let the people know about the people that want to lead us about the health condition?
What I'm saying?
And I ask you, and I say what you're saying. I'm not asking you, I say, is it a bad thing? Answer that one first. Okay. The simple question I ask you, you can't answer the question. It's a bad thing. Listen, that's the reason why the electric rate of us in this country is very hard. To the extent things that we need to know about before we elect people. When people are telling you, it would be talking about money billion now you'll be talking. We're telling you about their mayor health. And they may want to be president of this serious country. Hello?
Hello, Sebo.
Good evening. Let's hear you, my brother.
Yeah, I'm Usman Bayakwe from Dole Community.
Do community, let's hear you.
Yeah, my brother, thank you for your talking point. You know, now you are teaching me and you said Baba. You said Baba said down 50 Marshall.
Thank you.
He said that he said using peacemaker.
The man say using peacemaker.
So what are you getting jail for? If they are going to be happy on jail, we are telling like the whole country will be outside down. So the prophet said, not so that the prophet said, not going to die, but only sick.
The man sick.
Let God be with him, but only sick.
Yeah.
They now hear him believe.
Yeah.
They're using the man. They're using him to find where to go. Okay? For me, I'm praying for you. I'm not United Party mayor. I'm not praying to be United Party mayor for 1 day. But, you know, at the same time, he's playing a major role in this country. So when you wish to have this kind of fish, find place to sit down. You don't have anything to lose. Nothing to lose, you don't have.
Yeah, we can't sit down here. We're not talking. Then they say, oh, you're the journalist, and not talk.
You see, United Party people, they blunder. When they say it was squander, they have a lot of opportunity to squander. He say it, nobody say it. Any Johnson said, any Johnson system that mess. He said corruption that vampire in the government. Now we say it. You know, we say it. And the Bible said he using battery, anti-martial.
Yeah, the man say using peacemaker. In a common sense, that thing they just put big new on it, like electronic device the man using. They get the battery side, they get the other side where they man can put there. Like the man using, the man living with battery. Then when you talking, then they get there. And that whole thing where the man get, let me see. Maybe I'll explain it to you here so for you to know. Some of you that calling, talking and everything. Let me explain it to you now. I looking. That thing what Joe Walker get. The day some of y'all go make mistake and go call him to somewhere where they get magnets or equipment that uses magnet, Joe Walker will stick right there. Let me tell you now, so you'll be talking about that kind of a thing. That thing that in Joe Walker, he can put cell phone in the packet where that thing is. Like for example, the whole ballet where you get a red tete, you get a left tete. Let me be in simple, I bring English. You go take that thing, you put it to your left tete, and then the peacemaker to your left tete. As soon as Joe Walker put a phone there in a packet to the left tete, he will stick. So you don't understand what we're talking. We're talking there, you'll be talking, say, oh, they meant this, oh, they meant that. Who praying for the man? I'm telling you about what the man going through now. The man has a blood clots. You know why it means blood clots? It means that the blood is not going freely in your body, human being. It is because of the peacemaker that has been placed within him. Apparently, that was not being done properly. It is causing problem for Joe Walker. The next thing here, right? Holding a cell phone up to ears, meaning when Joe Walker, the peacemaker is on his left side of his body, and he takes a phone and uses it on the left side of that same place, Joe Walker will not function for that period. It may likely lead to the non-functioning of the peacemaker in his system. You listening to this? Now, allowing headphones to rest or be close to your chest. The day Joe Walker to a horse or anywhere made mistake and just put the phone near his chest, that day will be batting for him. I'm telling you about the thing where when you get peacemaker, you're supposed to do. Wearing a smart watch. Joe Walker not supposed to wear any smart watch. They type of watch now. They type of thing. Joe Walker not supposed to wear it. That the thing that you're supposed to do when you get peacemaker, then we thought then you'll get vest. This is what we're saying. These are things that you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to wear. You're not supposed to wear. Now they say extended exposure to metal detectors, including handheld metal detectors. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. Then you say no. You're not supposed to. Call one of the men from my body life. Okay. You're not supposed to do it. You're not supposed to. Yeah, then they say landing near anti-theft systems, such as those found in department stores. Some types of electrical equipment, such as high voltage transformers. They may not supposed to go near transformers. Look. Some of you are insane to say a certain president to be restricted like this. Mistakenly, they may go to a program where they have these things and everything. Our president will just read agenda one robot. Boom. Then they say, oh, the robot president has arrived. Oh, this is what you want Liberia to go to? You want Liberia to go to a country where the president cannot? I want these people thinking. Anyway, I don't blame you people because you don't know the meaning of a peacemaker. You don't know the risk associated with a peacemaker. You don't know how it works. You don't know what it takes for a person to have a peacemaker and you call them a human being. 0770907907. Let me take a few of your calls again. Good evening. Good evening. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
My name is Isaac Wilson. I'm joining from Lookington, Building.
Let's hear you from Lookington.
This country, everything Liberians play.
Okay. Well, let me take this person. Hello. Good evening. Yes, it's on loudspeaker. Get it on loudspeaker now. Let me. You ready? Hello. Hello. Go ahead. Yeah. Good evening. Go ahead. You live. Joseph, go ahead. Let's hear you, my brother. Yo, yeah, the length of yeah, you're right, because these are things that he needs not to go around. And if he doesn't have it, it affects him as well.
Sure.
Okay, my brother. Thank you very much. You see? Now you see the thing? We're talking the thing. Look at the things then why you're not supposed to. There you go. Hello. Go ahead, my brother. Maalaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for the talking point. And I also want to tell you, appeal to the president, the Fubala, he really helps the worker for his health conditions. We are talking about the quality that the people are trying to play in the golf for them and not care about his health. But after the citizens, any citizen that is control, while he do good or he not do bad, he do good or bad, for us, we want for his health to be there because we don't want for them to say, oh, when you are coming to be there, you are coming to win. So we don't want that. We want for the president to help him to take it out of the country for his health. So I thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me take this person. Hello. Good evening. Yeah, good evening.
How are you?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Hello?
You live. Go ahead. Hello.
Hello?
Good evening.
Yes, how are you?
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, man. I'm Sadri calling from Dual Community. I like the show this evening. How are you? Getting me?
You are live.
Yeah, okay. I like the show this evening. But it's just unfortunate that, you know,
Good evening.
Good evening, my dear brother Sekou Sherry. How are you?
Go ahead.
One of Liberia best channel of our time. Sekou Sherry, this is the people's governor, the most talk about district number 10 governor Adamso Isaac, and I join you for my comfort district from the Oro. I'm a defender. You know, like the previous caller said, some of us, we have met our president before, and we know that our president is a God-fearing leader, a unique president that God has blessed for this nation. But it is our prayer that, like what the father just said, that left the land, that you will be able to pay attention. Don't mind those critics what they may say, because they help you give that old man today or tomorrow history, because you have done it in the past and you can still do it for us as proper defender. We trust your ability. We know what you can do. So for God's sake, do it for God's sake and help him up before the life is more important. That man is a father for this nation. It's just that he just been carried away by the beginning. At the end of the day, see where his health condition are carried. So it is our purpose. So you listening, and you know, as our brother Sekou, I just presented the show, and we are
making our contribution. It's our prayer that you look into that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're supposed to be begging that people help the man. They won't be acting like to say what. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, you live.
Yeah, thank you for the show, my man. My name is President Priya, a pastor for the megaphone, national megaphone, and now for opportunity. We are talking to the show and calling for the whole road. But I think it's too much for the show. I know how the many more is very serious. You see, it's not about opposition. What I was going to say is that about party. Like human health, we discuss here.
Yeah.
Yes, we discuss human health. Whether we let back out, we not let back out. We are saying that totally political start any other thing but human health. We have to pray that make it be well, or that God give you long life. So that you can go into the election of we have to receive a defeat. That will put you back on video to manage telling you saying you who the count, so the man health so that you can use that account. So now people have a state of money. So this is the position.
But listen now, let me tell you something. If to say Joe Walker was not running for the presidency, no have a time. It is his private life. But the man wants to be president of our country. And we need to let the Liberian people know about his health status. You think we're going to go take one pack go in the presidency. You need to know. We're not praying for his death. But we're also letting the Liberian people know. Hello.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Yes, this is Peter Bula calling from Jonathan this evening.
Go ahead.
Yes, Peter, you got any medical document on Bagan Health?
Yes, that the medical document I'm reading so.
Yeah?
I say I have it, that the medical document I'm reading, my brother. I'm not reading from the blue sky.
Can you display it for us?
Okay, come to my radio station, I will give it to you, yeah? Where you want me to displace it?
What?
Where you want me to displace it?
What I want you to do?
Where do you want me to displace whatsoever you need me to displace about the health issue, the medical document from about Joseph Walker?
On your screen so we can see.
Okay, that all?
Because
You have a pay. You following the live?
Hello?
I mean, I asking you, are you following the live? Oh, you left the line. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Sebu Shari.
Good evening. Mohammed Getawe. Hey, Mom. Hey, Getawe.
Thank you very much, Sebu Shari. You know, your presence on the media, some are really appreciate you. Because if somebody people not on the media, Sebu Shari, we will not get some information that we are getting right now. And you are not doing that. For you to be on the president and back our president, we know president, we are with all politics. They actually all the talk, majority of the opposition leaders, the president, we are fundamental rest. After they thought they would go there. The last time president, we are doing. They may went for the medical support for the United States. So if this time around, no president, we are doing. All the people are calling on the radio attacking you and Sebu Shari. They don't let our own man. You make my back and they know that they're talking well. Even the time that they were having a program to check up the one in a year. So already they will be having the paper there. I mean, it's until it becomes something big. So Sebu Shari, thank you very much for bringing it on the show that we're calling on the Liberian people to even support our former bad president. Because we want for it to be active. We want for the level of beauty when you were political president in the city. So thank you very much, Sebu Shari, for your show.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening, let's hear you.
Hello?
Good evening, you're live.
Yeah, Sebu.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Ben Tony.
Calling from where?
I'm coming from Johnsonville.
Go ahead, sir.
You know, my brother, like what you just had to talk. The man who has his stuff, he said, I'm a peace carer. Then you that on the other side is still asking about it. These are some of the things that in the 90s when the war was coming, people were thinking like, who door the war coming for? Do. Every one of them said, do. And the thing is today, there's no guy that maybe you can take care of. Then you want to come and you're asking me. I beg you, my boy, you're talking for all. Can I talk to you what you say?
opposition and ruling party. Opposition ruling party. There's no opposition ruling party. So you don't want to tell me that you don't get anybody in opposition, okay?
Yeah. And some of them they talking that they not let Joe Walker because you can't let Joe Walker. You do it. Joe Walker family members will not be happy about this thing, yeah.
Let me be elected. So you're not anybody, okay? You can't princess men to lead the entire country. That's country that full of all kinds of things.
Yeah. Once some money he woke up and just be confused and everything, the peacemaker go up. Plop. Then you see the president. Hello. Yeah. We hearing you, my sister. Ain't you from West Point? No, I didn't cut you off. I asked you. You didn't answer. Then someone else took the line. You want to go down to the point?
No.
Oh, you want to go to the point? Okay. Let me take another person. And you want to go to the point? Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Adam Wilson. I join you from Yorktown, Plowing.
Your life. Go ahead.
Yeah, as I was saying, I tell him that we like to play everything into politics, but this issue is not about politics, it's about our vice president, our former vice president, first condition. So we have to put it that our former vice president will come back to himself, that he will be on his seat. But you know, I heard you saying that someone around the president trying to put in a year that the former vice president should be paid the same.
Yeah.
If I was the president at this moment, I would pay attention to him. Mr. President, this situation is the situation to give you to do in this 2023 election. If you can pay attention to this man, trust me, you are already our president 2023. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Let's take another person. We're going to run this show up to 8 o'clock. And at 8 o'clock, we take a break. We return. We'll move on to something else on the program issues of today on Voice of Liberia 104.1. My name is Sekou Sharif. This person, good evening.
Yeah, Sekou, how you doing?
Good evening, let's hear you.
Yes, this is Brown Carter calling from Capital Bypass.
Brian, go ahead.
Yes. You know, I listened to you when you started the show. And I listened to many speakers. But I think I see as some of the programs you've been having for SOS call. I think many times some people will come on your show who need help, and you get SOS call, and maybe people of goodwill. But I think this we shouldn't take it to be politics. I think it's important that the government of Liberia is listening to you. I'm sure President is listening to you. He's not listening. Other people who surround the President, they are listening to you. You think why the man or son resigned to say, I will manage myself? He said, well, he knew that no other person can manage the power well than him. So he's not only there for negotiation, but he's also there to take care of your health. So if right now he has to phone to call the president, you're sure when anybody listen to it, go near the president or the president. I hear other people trying to politicize, but I think you are not doing bad. You are doing something so that tomorrow when he arrests you, then the people will say, oh, but people thank you. You know, that we like people know. You do it now, some people will try to get you, but when president is saying him or people of Google is saying him and he help the woman, then that's the time they start to praise you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let's take this person. Good evening. Yeah, good evening. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Arnold Smith. I call from Rehab Junction.
You call from Rehab Junction.
Yeah.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, you know, I really want to call you for your studio over there. Everything you're saying, I see what you're doing.
Where is Joe Walker? Where is Joe Walker now? Huh? Hello?
Yeah, Sekou.
Good evening.
Yeah, I was on the line with Draco. Hello?
You are back. Go ahead.
Yeah, Sekou. I was saying, I said, professionally, no doctor can give you somebody else's help.
So how we got the medical report now?
Yeah.
How we got it?
No professional doctor can
How did we get the medical report, sir?
So I know, Sekou, you're my brother and friend, but I disagree with you.
How did we get the medical report, sir?
But if the medical report you're talking about, you are not displayed for us to see. So how can we believe what he's saying?
Then why you gotta call if you don't believe what I'm saying?
No, I can say part of disagree. We live in a democratic society. We agree and disagree.
Okay. Are you through
Yeah.
disagreeing with what I said?
What?
Are you through with it? Are you through with your disagreement?
Yeah, I know what else people try to explain on the radio broadcast.
Okay, thank you. Let me take another person. You say you are through with it. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, good evening, sir. So you live. You live on the radio. Go ahead.
Yeah, Siku, how you doing?
Yeah, you live. Go ahead.
Siku?
Okay, too bad. Let me take another person. Good evening.
Yeah, we reach Siku. This is Emmanuel, which is I joined the conversation from Obok Kawa.
Emmanuel, go ahead.
Yeah, Siku, you know, the problem with our friends on the other side, when people try to provide information on things that they know, they will get on the platform, try to make flower with people. Look, from the time when we chosen you want broadcast, announce a bus running mate. This very man was saying that, oh, we go in Nima, we'll go Nima, we'll land Nima down. This thing, I was here on the broadcast in any public place.
No, you were not because he's not well.
Well, our friends said, yeah, because of politics, they said, yeah, they say, because they love Joe Bogart. Only they alone love Joe Bogart. So if even something bad happening to the woman, they don't care because they think that woman is not a father.
Yeah.
So they must just win election. So these people are playing politics with the woman left. And the family of the Bogart state, and the large boy who want to come in government to buy a BB car and build a house, playing gamble with a down left, nothing to say about it.
Yeah.
Honorable Bogart name a running mate. Just then up to the window away for. They want people try to bring around the kind of platform and all kinds of things. Thank you for taking it for information, my brother.
Thank you very much. Let me take this person here. Hello.
Hello, people.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Joe Party for PG.
Joe, go ahead.
People, you know that is reality. Nobody in Movia or that people knew that Joseph Bakay was having business for Patrick. And you tell the people that you see Patrick. If those are for the United Party, United Party, they don't believe that Bakay is sick. And everybody know well and he is sick. Then they go listen to School FM. School FM.
No, he appeared on Scar FM when he said it.
They get me talking about how to people.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. This person, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Let's hear you.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Go ahead.
I'm calling from Tinker Village.
You're live.
I'm calling from Tinker Village.
You are live.
Yeah. So anyway, I want to know something like, because you have discussed about Mr. Walker that is sick, like, and the news document is something like authentic because this thing is like, you said the person is sick, and you say get a live source that is a medical report. So can you please prove the medical report like so people know that exactly what you are saying is the actual fact?
That my man, you library man.
It doesn't matter whether I'm a prayer man.
No, listen. This show here a man for Liberians.
It doesn't
Even
mean-
though listen now,
doesn't
listen.
mean
Hey, you
it's
see now,
something-
wait. It's not about religion. Listen.
It's not about-
What do you have to do with voting process in Liberia, sir? I'm asking you. Listen to me now. You see,
listen,
you are Liberian.
In fact, you're not a journalist.
No, okay, so you're not Liberian. Then you can discuss Liberian politics. You see the problem where you get? Yeah, I ask you simple question. You Liberian man, you sounding letter. Nobody say we allow you people here and everything. I just wanted to know. Then I will educate you how it works. Then you say, oh, this and everything. You can try that thing you do here. You can try in Sierra Leone, or you can try in Nigeria or in Ghana. Eh? Anyway, let me take this person. We are tolerant into our conversations. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, this is Deepak here, and I call you from Singapore.
Go ahead, my brother. Let's hear you.
Okay, thank you ever so much. No, people, you know what I want to say here to you? I think you guys, when you come on your president, you should be. Why should we within this government.
You don't tell us what to discuss here. You don't tell us how to discuss what we want to discuss, right? If you tell us, then we'll not let you know. I will not give you a chance because you don't tell us what to discuss here. We run our shows. How you come and say, oh, you supposed to, what you would tell? What you know that we doing here, that you know how to do, that we do. Hello?
Hello.
Good evening, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Sir Sherry. You getting me? You getting me?
You live, my man.
Yeah, calling Mohammed calling from New Jersey. Yeah, you said it all. I want to say thank you for you. Might have made it for I'm in a frustrated. You know, where you tell the truth. He's going to tell you, you know, report that tell the truth. Then now we're doing Mahali. And I go to the job, they say, no, what's the brother say? I don't want to say. Now, when I get it for you, I don't want to say, I didn't know what to say. They want to pay me, but better than you more than they pay me, like a photo. Oh, I mean, I just parliament, don't be care myself. Who know professional, you know.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my brother. This person. Hello.
Hello, Sekou.
Good evening.
I'm John Promo, calling from Papa.
John, go ahead.
Yeah, Sekou, thank you for the show. You know, those failed and frustrated guys for United Party, and if you don't want to listen to it, you want to listen to criminals, what else for? Now, every night, on the president, you can get that. We can get that for him. We can call the show question. No. We know that he's a criminal. He don't got moral to question the government. So this stuff you know. So somebody is just saying sick. And everybody in that world know Ambassador Boga is sick. We can not elect with men like Joseph Boga to the president. That the reality, the man is sick. One more now, 6 patients in the country to be president in the country for working. God forbid, man. Let it go 3. You don't want to listen to this show? Or listen to school FM 8 o'clock. Or listen to that criminal water school. And that criminal Joseph Boga all in relation to the support Joseph Boga. What is the thing that Joseph Boga come and bring to the country? For a criminal that water school that is gathered for America supporting him. All next, school FM can be on the president.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me take this person here. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Sekou.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to the conscience man in Liberia. As chairman, my name is Emmanuel Fukatue. I do join you for the headquarters against the re-election of Osibo in Nekuta this evening. Sekou, let me appreciate you for the talking point this evening. Brother Sekou, I think every human being on planet Earth are not well 100%. But we are supporter of Joseph Boga and one strong supporter from Nikuta or Liberia Large. I want to say this. I think we need to pray for a political leader and we wish him speedy recovery. But I want to say this to conclude on the note. I think it does not mean that because Joseph Boga is sick, so he will not be well. And October 10th, President Weah.
But that's the same thing I'm saying. We don't need to. We're not praying for his death, but it's also good we let the people know about his health status. He's a public figure, and he wants to be the next president of our country. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Table Sherry. Good evening to the person of Nigeria, and good evening to my fellow Nigerians already left. By the way, the Dutch am a pastor here, to conclude. The ticket of CDC and the ticket of United Party will be rejectable. We replace it with additional
Okay, sir. Where are you calling from now, sir? Where are you calling from, Baba?
Thank you. Thank you for putting me on next.
You call your place new. The media finish with anything go. Hello.
Good evening, Sekou Sherry.
Good evening, sir. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Sekou.
Can't you?
I'm Emmanuel M.
You're live. Go ahead. You're live on the radio.
Except that Sekou here line also we have the coach of the Orange Land. I've been trying to multiple times. Anyway, Sekou, thank you. You have elaborated much. And Sekou, it is very strange in our country now these days that you see people who are not even Liberians who want to call to dictate, to us what should be discussed, or they want to criticize, us in our country. Well, we don't participate in the politics when we go to that country. You ask this guy a simple question because of his accent. All all he needed to do was to say he's a Liberian, even though there's no authenticated on the media platform. But to show that, we heard information that the former vice president went to Sierra Leone and brought some Sierra Leone national where he built his home. And so they are here also to participate in the process. But we are watching the project keenly. And the whole idea about the vice president not being well, I think it is a clear one because I listened to Senator Young and learned. She said that the former vice president doesn't need to move around. You know? She said Senator, going to take it a Maserati, she would take it a Grand Bassa, and the Senator Kuhn would take it a Nema County. Where in this world, in this country, are these same presidential aspirant of Kennedy get home and then you see his lieutenant go to go campaign for him? The people want to see you. You see the kind of lot these people want to reduce us so Seku? You want to tell a vice president who, but then he's elected governor on Pluto planet, on a planet Pluto, he's elected, and then a few days before sick, according to the Constitution, the vice president takes over. Then we have a preacher as a de facto president. God, Seku, you guys are like in this country and continue to push this case. Let us not bring people up in the mind and read elect President George Manor. We are, because for us, we
Thank
are
you.
because and want to encourage every president to join the quest to re-elect the developmental president who is very, very hated around this country for nothing but for doing the good thing. Thank you very much for 40 minutes time.
Thank you very much, my brother. This person. Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. I don't want to call me, but just very frustrating to call. Rather than some guys and calling, talking, I listen to all our guys here, they like going for resolve, I know, Joria. The party, but we know the party win election in the area. We don't go to the variety, we don't go election, not the party win election. Nobody which is easy. We don't go, we a fair election, we not get win election. You try every winning, we never win election. Never to go, we talk about somebody here, say we don't go, so me, a job at that field, they have to be, me plan the mayor to be, we never win election. Every time, capital, we play the game. They have been talking every political time. But don't know who's only ever listening and be focused and pray to God bless you. For you gotta be already going to be talking about company. So we shall go back, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I take the last caller and I go for a break to return. Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Liberia-VOL and I call for Congress this evening.
Mm-hmm.
It's so often that people will sit on the platform, people will call on the platform and discuss, somebody on the feature. Like
What they think about feature here?
Yes.
What they said about feature someone else?
It resides if Jerusalem brother.
Move on the line, man. What do you call feature? You can just speak because you won't speak, eh? You call feature. Hello.
Hello, Seku.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
Seku, there is now a little girl that comes to the face of chicken to start to remember this phone too.
Mama, go ahead.
Yeah, Seku, first of all, I want to tell you thank you this evening for your talking. You see, Seku, I don't know why when people talking about social human blanca, the people can get there. They're not supposed to get there to form somebody. When the people are putting more of the present, when they cross the spot for the whole thing, because they rejoicing. Now, when people talking about social human blanca, they don't say. You're not supposed to get there for putting all busy people and cool. That's why they can rejoice for me and they can be happy. They can use people to quench and entire culture and quench and man. That's why they're talking about somebody you might have to out there. Why was that man out there now? That's the problem. Busy people and cool. Then somebody get that sweet. So you're going to waste your time. Because the wheel is big to October. He said, I'm there. He said, what is going to work? You put on a campaign. It's not one shot. I tell the people, y'all vote for me. So I'm going up. But now, I won't call out a mistake. They're not able to swear on that. They're not saying that they come number somebody. But I'm probably a seven. No, thank you.
Thank you. This person is the last caller on this segment to go for break. Hello.
Let me say good evening to you. The workaholic CEO, as I always call you, or Seku.
This is Puka Roberts.
Thank you for that magnificent recognition. The number CEO, hardworking CEO. But let me say good evening to you, or the number CEO, for the hard work being well Liberian people. This is why we take our time. Our important time, always to listen to the family of the magnificent force of Liberia family. words, it's not about them. It's not about the country. But for you, for the hard work doing. But the issue, certain people coming after you, it looks very laughable to see somebody that is protecting a person. There's somebody coming after the evil man. What the we shall have done? We shall have done. But we shall give that you know what the message.
That's what he said. When the man says, "Say, get peacemaker."
But see what they're speaking, or they all men need treatment. If everyone will do the other forces, will additional laugh our forces to call the president. The development of the can't have that president. I know you will do it. He has done it before, and I know you will do it. That never can't happen. Not because of somebody putting a in someone, he will look at it all the negative after. No.
All the great Pruka Roberts. Thank you very much, my brother. We're taking a break now. We return and we're going to discuss something very important, and it is about Prince Johnson nepotism, trying to be very tribalistic, and his threat, and also a sign that shows that Prince Johnson is not tolerant. Let's take a break. We're going to be right back. My name is Sekou Sharif, and you're listening to the program Issues of Today on Voice of Liberia 104.1. Là, Sonny Oliver, hein? La voix à qui? Okay, welcome back to the show. Good evening if you're just joining us. I want to say welcome back to the show Issues of Today on Voice of Liberia 104.1 tonight. As we transition, I want to say a few things to Liberians. We should desist to preach tribal politics. We should desist from branding people by their tribes. In how much we all can disagree to agree, I think the necessary thing to do is for us to always discuss the issues, but we should not in any way threaten because someone will discuss something about us. And that is the reason why I've always said this to every one of us. Like today, I condemned the action of those who that went to the home of Senator Prince Johnson over the, I mean, not the home, sorry, the church of Senator Prince Johnson. And I called on the police to arrest those perpetrators, because we cannot have a country like the days of Prince Johnson, like the days of Charles Taylor, like the dark days where people were not allowed to express themselves. Whenever people express themselves, they will be branded. They were branded and they were being treated in a fashion and a means unacceptable against the rights of the human rights. And we don't want a society where people will not be allowed to express themselves freely. I'm going to play you. The other day I said to you people that I was being threatened by Senator Prince Johnson. And I've continued to receive threats. And I've noticed that some strange individuals, they've started telling me. And I'm going to play you this. And I want to say this. Inasmuch we all need peace in our country, we all know what Prince Johnson has done in our country. And you listen to the conversation where he has been very tribalistic. In fact, branding me as a Mandingo man. Now, this is a person that should, SHOULD, that should be a leader. Now, the reason why I'm saying he should, because he's not a leader that is displaying the leadership ability or doing what a leader should do. Because a leader should be tolerant. Prince Johnson has done the worst things in our country. Prince Johnson killed a certain president. And this is what he doesn't want to hear. We will say it. He killed a certain president. Prince Johnson fought war in this country, took the lives of innocent people. Prince Johnson raped innocent girls, children in our country. When you say these things, it hurts Prince Johnson. He blames you all kinds of ways. And he goes to the extreme and threatens you. I'm going to play you this, and I want you Liberians to listen. Listen to this.
Yeah. I heard you on a number of occasions telling me, practically insulting me, calling me criminal, a notorious war killer. All of those things, I never had my day in court. When I was fighting war, I had my rule of engagement. First of all, I didn't come killing my Tingo people. All my Tingos in Nima, all my Tingos I ever met, wherever I passed, they were secure. Even in Camp the heated battleground, I saved so many of them who were available then. So for you, a Matingo guy, to be on the radio, a commentator should be listening to people talking and giving the evidence or something. But you cannot be a commentator of a reputable station, then you are calling me one criminal notorious. How the hell somebody can call herself or himself pro defender? You want to call me pro? Those who are talking some, when they're not a simple yesterday talking casket, calling me war criminal, when I joined the ARTH,
yes, Senator.
They are the political tools.
Senator, if you've listened to some of the things I've discussed, like you claimed, all I've said, I said them based on the facts that I've gathered, even some of your audios, some of the speeches you've made, statements you've made, and so these are some of the things. There are lots of audios. There are lots of, there's a video where you and Samuel Doe, where you get instruction to the former president, right?
Yeah, but the former president, what did he do? What did he do? You, Matingo Kara, you're the one John told that time to slaughter people in Nimba.
I don't think there should be about tribal issue, but now.
Is not good? I just tell you stop.
So, Senator, you don't want me to do my job.
You can't be a commentator. I've never spoken to before. I've never been to court one to swear by. Senator Geja, who the Senator Geja?
Oh, so you want to sue me?
You don't come and start insulting people.
So I hope.
I got to people for 4 years. Why not in Parliament? Why? If I'm a criminal, don't just get all of that. They can't see me right down. Don't look at your elders and call their names. When I get up, what's on you? You say, oh, you're not me. Why are you talking about me?
So, Senator, you want to send people on me?
But you cost me, I can't put people on you. Because those things you say about me, I listen to you and record. You insult me every time. You call me names. You call me all kind of names. I can be laughing.
So, Senator, you want me to have you on the show when I'm talking about these things so you know better than yourself?
You always show biasness. You always show where you belong. Because how come from citizens who are environmental? So I kill her. But I'm carrying your boss man to Nigeria, now I kill her, right?
Who my boss man?
You know your boss man, you're citizen.
No, I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist. No, I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist.
Because the more you talk bad of me, the more I prosper, the more I grow. Spiritually, my faith grows. And you young men who got promotion, keep it down. Don't look at bureaucrat to be interviewed to dash you up. I'm not like you. When you go on the radio, I listen to you. You ever hear different body in this school? I'm a different man.
So you think Maningo man should not be running a show, eh?
Mandingo man should not be talking what you're talking. We know how they came from, some came from Guinea, they joined the one in Monrovia, and those made them automatic citizen. And that war was blooded from inside. They were war from within and from without. They call you Sekou. Then you look at Limba Kante elder. Then you call him notorious criminal. Then you say Doe. God said those days that the Mandingo John Doe. You know a secret? Y'all use a mosque to have weapons. That made the team brother in him and was that good. The person like you. We're talking about reconciliation, we're talking about peace. Continue castigating me on your radio. Just continue.
What will happen next?
If you continue to abuse the leader who has now offended you, they start telling you to, you will separate very people on me.
I hope, Senator, I'm looking at you. I hope this is not a threat.
You come in to a war criminal. You got about being indicted, you got evidence in too. Oh, did that make you angry? I got followers. But if you continue to abuse the leader who has now offended you, when they start telling you to, you will separate very people on me.
No, I think if you say that, then it brings me back to the dark days. Why would people tell people?
God bless you. Just keep your mouth shut. The war is over and never be indicted. And let the city see that you're making more. When I ask you, then you say, yeah, and you can't do, I get audio. But the only audio you gotta do, right? What did they do? What did he do to the people in the churches? You're not talking about you, my little guy. Sekou. You're not talking about the Greystone compound, where they kill the people. You're not talking about the train, how much they made the job. You're looking for trouble for yourself. You stop. Stop insulting me on your damn radio. Stop. If you continue, I will pray against you. Stop. Sekou?
Yeah.
I heard you on a number of occasions denigrating me, practically insulting me, calling me criminal, spiritual war killer. All of those things, I never had my day in court. When I was fighting war, I had my rule of engagement. First of all, I didn't come killing Mandingo people. All Mandingos in Lima, all Mandingos I ever met wherever I passed, they were secure. Even in Camp Lady, heated battleground, I saved so many of them who were available then. So for you, a Mandingo guy, to be on the radio, a commentator should be listening to people talking and giving their evidence or something. But you cannot be a commentator of a reputable station, then you are calling me war criminal notorious. How the hell somebody can call herself or himself pro defender? You want to always be pro? Those who are talking some, were they not simple yesterday talking casket, calling me war criminal when I joined the ART?
Yes, Senator. Senator, if you listened to some of the things I've discussed, like you claimed, all I've said, I said them based on the facts that I've gathered, even some of your audios, some of the speeches you've made, statements you've made, and so these are some of the things. There are lots of audios. There are lots of, there's a video where you and Samuel Doe, where you get instruction to the former president, right?
Yeah, but the former president, what did he do? What did he do? You, Mandingo guy, you're the one John Doe that time to slaughter people in Limba.
I don't think they should be about tribal issue by now.
But this is not good. I don't tell you stop.
So, Senator, you don't want me to do my job?
You can be a commentator. You know, I've never spoken before. I've never been to court one to swear by. Samuel Doe, who the Samuel Doe here? Oh, so you won't sue me?
You don't come and start insulting people.
So I hope
Why am I in the house? Why they have to support the Middle Kingdom for 4 years? Why am I on international parliament? Why? If I'm a criminal, then just get out of that. They cannot see me Liberia down. Then look at your elders and call the names. And I get a boss on you, you say, oh, man, what do you mean? Why are you talking about me?
so Senator, you want to send people on me?
But you calls me, I can't put people on you. Because those things you say about me, I listen to you and record. You insult me every time. You call me names. You call me all kind of dirty names. I can be laughing.
So, Senator, you want me to have you on the show when I'm talking about these things so you can better explain yourself?
You always show biasness. You always show where you belong. You got program from CDC, so I'm now. So I kill her. I'm carrying your boss man to Nigeria, now I kill her, right?
Who my boss man?
You know your boss man, you're sedition.
No, I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist. No, I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist.
Because the more you talk bad of me, the more I prosper, the more I grow. Spiritually, my faith grows. And you young men who got potential, you keep going down. You're looking at bureaucrat to be interviewed, to dash you up. I'm not like you. When you go on the radio, I listen to you. You ever hear different person in school? I'm a different man.
So you think my nigga man should not be running your show, eh?
My different man should not be talking what you're talking. We know how they came from, some came from Guinea, they joined the one in Monrovia, and those made them automatic citizen. And that war was blooded from inside. They were war from within and from without. They call you Sheku. Then you look at Limba Kante elder. Then you call him notorious criminal. Then you say Doe. God said those days of the Martingo John Doe. You know a secret? John used his mosque to have weapons. That made the team blooded in him and was that good. The person like you. We're talking about reconciliation, we're talking about peace. Continue castigating me on your radio. Just continue.
What will happen next?
If you continue to abuse the leader who has now offended you, they start telling you to, you will separate very people on me.
I hope, Senator, I'm looking at you. I hope this is not a threat.
You come in to a war criminal. You got about being indicted, you got evidence they say something to. Oh, did that make you angry? I got followers. But if you continue to abuse the leader who has now offended you, when they start telling you to, you will separate very people on me.
No, I think if you say that, then it brings me back to the dark days. Why would people tell people?
God bless you. Just keep your mouth shut. The war is over and never been indicted. And let the CDC now you're making more. When I ask you, then you say, yeah, and you came to, I got audio. But the only audio you gotta do, right? What did they do? What did he do to the poor in the church? You're not talking about you, my little guy. Second, you're not talking about the Greystone compound, how they kill the people. You're not talking about the train, how not they made the job. You're looking for trouble for yourself. You stop. Stop insulting me on your damn radio. Stop. If you continue, I will pray against you. Stop.
Now you listen to that, fellow Liberians. It is not something to take lightly. There are a lot of things that Senator Prince Johnson said. Like I said from the start of my show, I condemned the action of those who that went to the church of Senator Prince Johnson. I think we need to have a society or environment where people can express themselves freely without any intimidation or threats on their lives. But I think it is contrary to the belief of Senator Prince Johnson. Senator Prince Johnson has been very clear now to show that he's not a leader that seeks the interest of the large majority of the people he serves. And Liberia, I think Liberia is just different from all other countries on earth. In a real country, people like Prince Johnson wouldn't have been able to even see the daylight for what they did in our country. He brags. Now, this is what that hurts Senator Prince Johnson when you say it to him. He brags that he has now had his day in court. So that means everything he did, he had no regret. And then you come back, people want to tell you the people, parents, relatives, brothers and sisters that Prince Johnson killed, or people's sisters that Prince Johnson raped during the war days. Then people will say, oh, you know, that reconciliation, we need to turn that one there, it like this. Has he been able to regret his actions? Certainly no. Now you're listening to this man speaking the way he spoke, telling you that he has not been indicted. So it means everything you people saying or you think about him, it is just your feelings. He has no regret for what he has done in our country, for the lives that he took in our country. Prince Johnson, that is now supporting Unity Party, feels that Mandingo, they are not part of Liberia. That they are the people that are asking you to elect whosoever they believe in. This man is saying, oh, Mandingo man should not sit on a radio. You see how tribalistic Prince Johnson is? So the man is a legend now. Listen, this man doesn't even have a second thought. He's now telling you that Mandingos were the ones that joined Samuel Doe, the former president that Prince Johnson killed. He's a legend. That they joined this man to carry out whatsoever they carry out. So he has no regret to have killed the former president Samuel Doe. When you say it, then it hurts Prince Johnson. Who encouraged you to kill the former president? It is what you've done. It is now. This is what history does. History reminds you of what you've done in the past. We did not put these videos on the internet or on YouTube. It is what you did. It is what that brought these things on the internet. Because you killed a certain president. When we come on the radio and say, okay, history has informed us that Senator Prince Johnson was one of the persons that killed former President Samuel Doe. What is wrong into that? That you are a warlord. What's wrong? What's fall into it? You fought the war, you kill innocent people. And your only thing is because you've not been indicted. But we're not talking about indictment yet. And to the extent he's going now personal that I'm looking for. So now, can this, what type of leader is Prince Johnson? Is it under that regime? Will there be any press freedom? No. Joe Biden be president? Prince Johnson be the de facto vice president? You will not. The same thing people experience during Taylor time is what we're going to experience. Because people will not be allowed to speak out. You will not do it. There will be no press freedom. Man, Prince Johnson will be there. You talk wrong about him. You talk about his deeds. You talk about his missteps. See the excuses the man giving. Because he serves as ECOWAS deputy speaker. So it means that nothing happened with him. The people not after him. Are you kidding me, Prince? I dare you one day to make mistake and say you won't go to America. Or I dare you one day to say you won't go in Syria country. If you not be arrested, look at it. Oh, because you go to Nigeria. You go, they play, then you say, oh, because you ECOWAS deputy representative. I dare you 100 times. So this is what that we will discuss on the radio. And Prince Johnson tend to be very tribalistic. So you saying that Mandingos are not Liberians? You saying Mandingos? You Mandingo man. Listen to a leader speaking. Can a leader speak the way he spoke? They are the people that are telling you to vote Joe Boyka. So you see some of the advices they will be giving to Joe Boyka? All the Mandingos should not be in Liberia. Mandingos should not be able to speak out. Mandingos should not be allowed to do businesses. Oh yeah, if that man think that Mandingo man should not sit on a radio and talk about his ills, can this man think or allow that a Mandingo man even work in a government that he supports? I want you to play that audio again, and so we go to the lines. And since that time, and let me say this, it didn't satisfy him. He went to the extent and messaged me on his number. Now, you all know what Prince Johnson is capable of doing. And so, Prince Johnson is a warlord. This is what I was heading and I will say it. Prince Johnson is a warlord. Prince Johnson has played with almost all the dangerous things in Liberia and Africa in extension. And I have the audio where he admitted that he formed part of the folks that killed a former president of a foreign country. Then when you say it, he gets angry. But who told you to go and kill these people? Who told you to kill Samuel Doe? It is history, and history will judge you. Our unborn children will come up and know that Prince Johnson killed a certain president. You are a notorious warlord. Yes. It is what you don't want for people to use. It is just the truth. A notorious warlord that used to rape people, children underage, that used to kill innocent people, that took the life of people that he needed not to, that killed a certain president and killed other important people of our country. So when you say, then Prince Johnson get vexed. He will call you to threaten you. Then he will send people to go after you. We will play this thing again. Prince, let me say this to Senator Prince Johnson. I respect you as a senator. And we will not use this platform to insult you. But we'll tell you the hard truth. You are a notorious warlord. You kill innocent people. You kill the former president of our country. You rape innocent girls for your sexual harassment at the time. And you did a lot of harms to our country. And you should not be taken serious in this country. Because you created problems in our country that today we still battling. There are people in this country when they hear the name Prince Johnson, as if to say, they should go under the ground. And then when people say these things, it is something bad that you want to threaten them. I don't care if you leave from CDC. I'm not too sure CDC knew then was so much you provided CDC that when you leave from CDC it becomes a problem. No. So why you don't want to be tolerant when people say things? You want to say things about people, but when they say things about you that you've done, it becomes a problem and you threaten them. Fellow Liberians, listen to the threat from Senator Prince Johnson.
Yeah. I heard you on a number of occasions celebrating me, privately insulting me, calling me criminal, a notorious war killer. All of those things, I never have my day in court. When I was fighting war, I had my rule of engagement. First of all, I didn't come killing my Dingo people. All materials in Lima, all materials I ever met, wherever I passed, they were secure. Even in Camp Lady, heated battleground, I saved so many of them who were available then. So for you, a Madengo guy, to be on the radio, a commentator should be listening to people talking and giving their evidence or something. But you cannot be a commentator of a reputable station, then you are calling me what criminal notorious. How the hell somebody can call herself or himself pro defender? You want to probably be pro? Those who are talking some, were they not a simple yesterday talking casket, calling me what criminal when I joined the ARTH?
Yes, Senator.
They are the political tools.
Senator, if you've listened to some of the things I've discussed, like you claimed, all I've said, I said them based on the facts that I've gathered, even some of your audios, some of the speeches you've made, statements you've made, and so these are some of the things. There are lots of audios. There are lots of, there's a video where you and Samuel Doe, where you get instruction to the former president, right?
Yeah, but the former president, what did he do? What did he do? You, Matengo guy, they're the one John told that time to slaughter people in Nimba.
I don't think there should be about tribal issue, but
now. But is that good? I just tell you stop.
So, Senator, you don't want me to do my job?
You can't be a commentator. I've never spoke to before. I've never been to court to swear by it. Samuel Doe picture, who the Samuel Doe here?
Oh, so you won't sue me?
You don't come and start insulting people.
So I hope.
Why am I in the house? Why they have to carry F1 dividends people for 4 years? Why am I on international parliament? Why? If I'm a criminal, then just get all of that. They cannot see me. They bring it down. Then look at your elders and call them names. But I get up also on you. You say you don't know what they mean. Are you talking about me?
So Senator, you want to send people on me?
But it cost me. I can't put people on you because those things you say about me, I listen to you and record. You insult me every time. You call me names. You call me all kind of dirty names. I can be laughing.
So, Senator, you want me to have you on the show when I'm talking about these things so you can better explain yourself?
You always show biasness. You always show where you belong. Because program for citizens are now. So I kill her. I'm carrying your boss man to Nigeria. Now I kill her, right?
Who my boss man?
You know your boss man is citizen.
No, I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist.
Because the more you talk bad of me, the more I prosper, the more I grow. Spiritually, my faith grows. And you young men who got potential, you keep going down. You look at your interview to those you are like you. And you go on the radio and listen to you.
So you think my nigga man should not be on your show?
Should not be talking what you're talking. We know how they came from Kenya, controlled the one in Monrovia, and Globe made them automatic citizens. In that war was calling from inside. They were war from within and from without. Then you look at Nimba Kante Elder. Then you call him notorious criminal. Then you say Doe. That was in those days of the Matingo John Doe. It's not a secret. You use a mask to have weapons. That made the team brother in him and that good. The person like you, we're talking about reconciliation, we're talking about peace. Continue castigating me on your radio. Just continue.
What will happen next?
If you continue to abuse the leader who has now offended you, they start telling you to in the separate very people on me.
I hope, Senator, I'm looking at you. I hope this is not a threat.
You coming to try what criminal? You got about being indicted? You got evidence they say something to. Oh, did that make you angry? I got followers. But if you continue to abuse the leader who has now offended you, when they start telling you,
okay, go play. No, I think if you say that, then it brings me back to the dark days. Why would people tell people?
God bless you. Just keep your mouth shut. The war is over and never been intended. And let the city see that you're making more. When I ask you, then you say, yeah, and you can't do, I get audio. But the only audio you gotta do, right? What did they do? What did he do to the people in the churches? You're not talking about you, my little guy. Seku. You're not talking about the graceful compound where they kill the people. You're not talking about the train on the way they job. You're looking for pay for yourself. You stop. Stop insulting me on your damn radio. Stop. If you continue, I will pray against you. Stop. Say no.
Okay. So there you listen to it, fellow Liberians. And I want to say this evening. If maybe tomorrow you hear that Sekou is no more, you should know that it is Senator Prince Johnson that have done what he wants to do. If maybe you hear say I was attacked, you should know that it is Senator Prince Johnson. If, for example, we in Africa though, sometimes people might not come to you directly. They could use some other means to get at you. I want you Liberians to know that it is Senator Prince Johnson because he said he will use people to get to me, and he used all the words he used. But let's go to the lines. And this is the intolerance of people like Senator Prince Johnson that wants to be re-elected and also supporting someone to become the next president of our country. The intolerance of Senator Prince Johnson, this is it. Somebody discussed, and fellow Liberians, this is not about you supporting Unity Party or supporting CDC or supporting other political parties, but it's a wrong thing to say the truth to people that have done wrong in our country. People like Senator Prince Johnson. Didn't Senator Prince Johnson killed in Liberia? You talk about reconciliation, and you're talking about reconciliation, then Prince Johnson is still telling you that Mandingo were forced, they were turned to Liberians. Did you listen to that? If you know that you want reconciliation and you stay trying to tribalize issues in our country, then you say you're talking about reconciliation. What kind of reconciliation you talking about when you stay referring to certain group of people, Mandingos, that you knew how they came to Liberia? 0770907907 0770907907 0880907907 0880907907. The WhatsApp line is 0770942048. And then the WhatsApp line there. What is the WhatsApp line? Okay, the WhatsApp line is 0770 907 0770 is the WhatsApp line as well. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, Chiku. How are you?
Go ahead, let's hear you.
This is Philip calling from Grandmaster.
Calling from Ganta?
Grandmaster.
Okay, calling from Grandmaster. Let's hear you, my brother.
Yeah, you see, what Prince Johnson was saying over there, he said some words that you're not really supposed to be saying. But what happened to when you come on the air, you always attack one side.
So is that a wrong thing? Listen now, is it a wrong thing to say that Prince Johnson killed? Didn't he kill in Liberia?
No, Prince Johnson killed. We all know that Prince Johnson killed.
So what wrong in it to say he killed?
Prince Johnson who killed, in fact, you're supporting another person who wants to become president. And the very Prince Johnson support the president. Who is the president?
No, I'm not talking about all of that, my brother. I'm talking about what he has said to me. I don't care who he supported or he didn't support. My thing here is, didn't Prince Johnson kill in this country?
Prince Johnson killed.
So is it a right thing, sorry to say, is it a right thing, sorry my brother, is it a right thing to say to you because you say you call from Grandmaster then I say, sorry, I'm not trying to be tribalistic here, and I tell you, say, oh, you the bastard man, you calling on the radio here, you're not supposed to call? Should we be having that kind of a discussion this time in Liberia?
No, that is not my issue. That is not my issue. I'm just saying because you according to Prince Johnson, I listened to the clip you played. You continue to insult me, you continue to attack me, and all these kind of things. And he too came back to say in fact you're a Mandingo man. The Mandingo post don't we do to eliminate the group from Lima.
So do you think if we're talking about reconciliation, we should be using that kind of a line of words on people? You think so?
No, but you see the problem there's people when Senator Johnson was with the CDC. Now a day.
Hey man, my man, I'm not a seditious, I'm a journalist. Okay, thank you. I don't know how you get it. Hello?
Yes, hello.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm Wilson Days. I'm calling from Ingo 11th Street. Oh, I want to ask, I was telling you well, in the studio there, where was he when they were killing him?
Hello? Ah, too bad. You need to move from your monitor. Hello? Okay, let's take this person. Hello?
Thank you, Seku. Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, this is also Prince Kolaket. I'm from District 5, respectively. I started today and listening to the recording. I listened to your outburst against the senator as well. Like I told someone just now, if it were me, I want to stand there the way Honorable Johnson stand there to just refer to the Maningo track holistically. I should have referred to you as individual. They were referring to your track. But then again, it was his choice of words. But then,
so how do we talk about reconciliation and you start to bring people in that manner and form?
So this is why I said, if it were me, I would have gone around. I would have said you stay cool instead of even referring to your track.
But my brother, is it wrong to call Prince Johnson or notorious warlord? Is it wrong?
There's a saying now what you say, but the manner in form in which is events said. Like I was in speech. The Bible said it. The Bible said don't provoke somebody to anger. Or when did you get to know? You still get to know that this Prince Johnson is a notorious. When they see notorious escorted president, we are in Nigeria to talk with him.
That is now. This is hello, sir. Hello. Let me hold you there. This is the problem. I think you guys are missing out here. I'm not talking about Prince Johnson being supporting Exdrazi. I'm talking about what he says and what a leader. Now, how can a leader at this time? And this is what we would say, right? A warlord is always they may fought war. He will always be a warlord. So I'm not talking about he's supporting whosoever. Even he's supporting whosoever, I will still say he's a warlord.
How come you know, even the American, you know how they do that thing? They look at you, even if you are a notorious person, once you are being transformed, you are not doing.
No, but Prince Johnson is not transformed. Because almost all the time you hear the man making a lot of he making a lot of reckless statements though. Hello?
Yeah, hello, Sebu.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Emmanuel vacation and I call phone for Carwell.
Emmanuel, go ahead.
So someone is telling us on this platform that Senator Johnson has been reformed. Anybody who is reformed, they say, yeah, God call you. Even in our recording, even in Southern recording, when you go be a damn up. Look, I just carry for Liberia. Sometimes, when I discuss Liberia, I don't look at it on party or non-party. The future of Liberia lies within the hands of the young people, and we need to be sincere and truthful to our country. For people, they better say, the Bible says you will not provoke your leader or your child or your whosoever. Now, the very previous man, he provoked people and church people went there, and we all condemn that. The very people that called him on the radio that justifying Prince Johnson act against you. They were the same people who were calling and saying people were not supposed to go to Prince Johnson church. Prince Johnson added you to you. Someone is coming on this platform and try to justify. You think this country going anywhere? Look, our action in this country is just believe that we belong to a political party, so we want our party to win. So even if our Labrador point down, we don't care. Labrador is not going anywhere. In serious country, people that Prince Johnson will have been making decisions.
Certainly.
Right in Sierra Leone. All the people that talk part in war, so my name even touch it. In Liberia, yes, we celebrate people who care and flock our mother, flock our father, and flock us today because we won't win election. Because today, so we are not going to be president. So even the devil that come today, we get the devil all on board.
Thank you, my brother. Hello.
Yeah, this is
Hello. You need to move from your monitor, sir. Go ahead. Hello. Okay, let me take call from this line.
Hello?
Good evening. Hello.
Yes, Augustine Wally was the chicken address.
Go ahead, Augustine.
Yeah, Prince Johnson is a Kutuku. I listened to Prince Johnson's TRC confession. He said that he took part in a coup that overthrew Burkina Faso president.
Yes. Thomas Sankara.
okay, so far in that school, just
Yes.
for them to get away from that side to enter in like Europe.
Mm-hmm.
They did that. So when I hear somebody, or you, I know they say that the president going to President Kira, it's true. When they see our confession, Prince Johnson admitted that Charles Taylor was just a small boy in the entire regime. He was a scary man, according to Prince Johnson. He said Charles Taylor just used to sit behind. He didn't want you to do all the dirty bad work. He didn't want you to execute the bad thing. Charles Taylor was just a labor to him. So Prince Johnson is desperate. I pray God that he should not die a natural death. It can even take 10 more years. Let him live and go under whatsoever he has done. Let him pay for it. I pray for him to not die now until he can go to the Hague. Or whatsoever he has done, let him pay for it.
Thank you very much. This person. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Good evening.
This is Lassa calling from Liberia-VOL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sekou, I thank you very much for what you have said or what you brought out, saying about nepotism. Prince Johnson is bringing nepotism of this. But you know, Sekou, do you think that Prince Johnson was the only person that fought the war? You know that there were many people that fought the war, or the other
Which one of the persons? Hello, sir. Listen now. Let's have a conversation here. Which one of the persons that fought the war, right? That is not angry when you call them warlord and they got issue with it. Which one of the persons?
Calling a man warlord is not a problem,
but it is what that the man have a problem with. Is it not? Is the man not a warlord? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's before history.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, honorable. Take it out because that get the rule that killer.
Oh, I'll give you time, my man. Hello.
Good evening, Sekou.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
William Jabifu, Popo Defender.
William, go ahead.
Join for Carwell. Thank you ever so much for the program. I want you to send a recording to the police. Let them be aware of what the certain statement that the senator is giving you. Senator, who cannot allow to hold the Liberia. He may resign from the airport because he said that the time he go, President William Jabifu in the airport, the poor want to arrest him.
Indeed, people not know.
For the airport apartment, that the one made and just know to go there. Again, Sekou, or Senator Johnson is a traveler, just a man. Even now, I got la brain in case somebody need the money. But that's that people because you alone, you want to ring. You want to ring. The one is dead. And so doesn't have a remote. You see, other point, janitor, born again. Excuse me. The man say even walk up down, you go there, go that's the fire. Every day you put him in la brain for to forget it. But then had it under the telephone or being pastor. Every day you have a remote. Every day you talk about walk and go. Or so there's a schedule event. Even if it's like they want to be pretty peace, that weapons are very clean. But it's never that. It's not change. All things in La Bro, I know he very regretted. And then the one thing they want to leader, you're not leader. You know, be a king man. You're not a king man. All the things are married in La Bro. There's something point of hey, I need a pen in the book in the war. No, now you're not the point where and for the country. I want the things that are supporting you as a senator. You see, the men of killer, the dead killer.
Thank you, my brother. This person. Hello. Good evening. Another person. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
I'm Harris Mumbo, calling from Carwell.
Go ahead, Harry.
Yeah, thank you for the show. I really admire the show. When it comes to the Prince Johnson, then you always talking about the Manango people and even the Joe Boga, when it's supporting Joe Boga, but the system may say, you know, if we give the Manango people, when you're in the church, you said that the church made the Manango people affected in Lofa. So the whole group here will believe that all they against the Manango people. So don't mind to continue our show. Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much. Hello. Hello. Good evening. We run to this line and get this person. Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, but Sekou, why you cut me off?
Because your time finished. Hello.
Hello?
Like to say you got right to be on 24 hours. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
I'm John Smoke calling from Barnaby.
Yeah, John. Go ahead.
Yeah, Sekou, thank you for the show. Prince Johnson is a man of war. Anything happen to you, Sekou, you're going to be responsible. Prince Johnson, I don't think no position has to be given to Prince Johnson in this country. Yeah, Sekou, that's why I'll stop. Thank you for the show.
Thank you, my brother. Let's take another person here. Hello.
Good evening, Sekou Sherry.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
This is Mohammed Tower, now connecting the district to the executive mansion, People Defender.
Mohammed, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sekou Sherry. You know, you discuss issues that other people are afraid to discuss. Senator Johnson, if we have in sound country, then Senator Johnson can be pastor somewhere. They never care like buildings in the country, they're ghost. You know, it's quite unfortunate. People will come and defend them because they're supporting United Party this. Why? United Party was BNCDC here. That they will be work on code. All those people will talk. Today now, the former vice president, he said it last time, even if the court is dealt with the devil in the country to become president, he will do it. But I know behind all the chaos. Senator Johnson, he will need killer. They're not only male intimidate president. We are in the country because he now have no good record. He coming to say, the last time you were saying on the radio that you were clearly not correct. Thank you very much, Sekou Sherry.
Thank you.
Continue to push the agenda on the president. We are re-election.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me take this person. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Johnson. I call from Matari.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you for the show. You educating people somewhere about my opinion is we are close to election time. And if you attack a politician, you're fine with attacking.
So what is it? What is it you call attack? Is it what is it wrong or what is it that is not true in here? Let me just say.
But you don't want to come on the radio and tell how people that matter to people in your country.
No, but listen, you don't tell me what to say on the radio. I bring a topic to discuss. So you don't tell me, you don't, okay. Let's take this person. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is Sekou. I'm calling from District 2.
Sekou what?
Come again.
You said Sekou what?
Sekou Vamuya.
How you be Sekou Vamuya? You can't get name that, brother. I'll take another person. You're not Sekou Vamuya, brother. There's no, I use Sekou Vamuya. You have two first names. What a man is it? Hello, Sekou Vamuya.
Yeah.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
Brother Sekou,
Go ahead.
my name is Simede Tafe, calling from Magibi to Asom,
Go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah, for me, you know, the kind of thing, people die, our parents die, our women die, our children die.
People are grieving on a daily basis.
Yeah, so for me, it's just like almost a fast. So I just did the whole thing with
No, listen now, we not get problem with it, right? But history will always remind us that Prince Johnson is a killer. So when you say then you get vexed, who think he is? That people can tell he's a killer. Who told you to kill a sitting president?
Your leader.
That CDC told you to go kill sitting president. Hello?
Hello. Yeah, hello.
Go ahead.
My name is Jeanette Kanche, calling from two communities.
Gina, go ahead.
Yeah, I listened to your audio that you played. Actually, Prince Johnson is an honorable man. And he should be respected. That's how you want people to respect you. First of all, you should respect yourself before someone else will respect you. As of San Journalist, if you come over here insulting your elders, what you expect?
So, my sister, you know the reason why I'm keeping you on the line because you are a female. I want you to just give the line of insult. Hello, calm down.
The San Journalist, you insulting your elders. How you expect for other people to respect you?
So, my sister, can you just give us a line of insult that we render against Prince Johnson? Which one of...
He never said anything bad to you. He told you that you usually call him and he can monitor everything you do on the radio. And he was trying to express himself to you. Say you should stop insulting him. We play it and we listen to it.
My sister?
They won't talk anything bad concerning about trouble they see.
Okay, apparently you have an ear problems, right? You have an ears problem, right? I think you got, because I want to ask you what the line of insult. Then you say maybe you didn't get it well, maybe you got some issue with hearing or something, which is not our problem. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Secretary.
Good evening.
Good evening to the voice of Liberia family and good evening to my fellow Liberians. All video them this evening. Thank you very much, Secretary. You have spoken well. I congratulate you in your explanation. We all were little. We go to school in it. Let me first of all introduce myself. By the way, the introduction, I'm Alfonso A.S. Camara, calling for District Number 10 to be present in a joint fascinating and very patriotic conversation this evening from a peaceful resident transformer community. To congratulate you, thank you very much. Second, you said, we were a little child when we started hearing the name Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson is a household name in this country. When it comes to our societal issue, we speak about societal matter. We are not stupid. Joseph Nima Bwaka in question, who's flying and hearing for president, my own uncle, traditionally, the Bandi, the Loma, and all tribes in Lopa, Matingo, they are all nephew to Joseph Nima Bwaka. But I think the greatest mistake ever in our history, historically, Joseph Bwaka has made is by linking with his name, Prince Johnson, Prince Johnson in this country, and that was a collaboration with a German who nobody yet to separate Prince Johnson into a presidency to gaining support. We are not stupid as a Nigerians. We know who Prince Johnson is. We know the demonstration and the chaos and the greatness Prince Johnson is in the country. Then Joseph Bwaka said to us, my uncle, where we believe that he is a man of wisdom, he is a man that is grateful.
Thank you, my brother. We'll take the last person. We'll call it a day. Good evening.
Good evening, Sego. How you doing?
Go ahead.
My name is Joseph Kelly. And Sego, the reason why I call you just that female I just left now, she's somehow that not trained actually, because the way she tried talking to you was not fair. She said, as a son generally, you should respect yourself because somebody respect you. So are you trying to say Sego is not a son generally? You know what I mean?
No, she's a female though. She insulted me though, but anyway, we'll let her go. Go ahead.
You know, these are people that are not trained for home, and this is why they will not get better himself. Just how you call him? Prince Johnson killed people, the open BBLS trouble in this country that we know of.
Yeah.
So you want to think people are happy of that? People were standing, they killed their mothers, they killed their fathers.
They raped.
You think people are happy? Sometimes Prince Johnson even brag about saying, I fought for the Liberia people, I fought for the Nima people, and I'm to be elected, I'm to be re-elected. You think he's supposed to be so in Liberia? And when you even go to his church, even on his pulpit, he don't even preach directly from the Bible. He preach about this war thing. That's what he said. So when people come out to say, Prince Johnson is a warlord, is that a crime? He who killed people? So people should not talk like, where are we? Where are we heading to?
Now this is the person that is telling you to vote for Joe Bwaka. You see how intolerant he is? Honor the kind of a leadership. Honor Joe, when God forbid 100 times we should not happen. Joe Bwaka win election. Prince Johnson is a de facto vice president. You would not even have a press freedom in this country.
You know, people are not really looking at that. People are not looking at that. They are just looking at, because it is CDC and United Party and this, but they are not looking at where we are heading to. They are not looking at it. If they have to see where we are heading to, then they will know what they are talking. And what people were just talking about between you and Prince Johnson is not even about trap. That he started
bringing in traps.
Yeah. That people came from where, came from this. This is not what we were discussing. And you started even talking about how people want to tell you as a leader, you have to say that. You want to lead people.
Yeah.
People be saying that
because somebody discussed
in this time. We will hold Prince Johnson responsible.
Oh, sure, yes, he's responsible.
We will hold Prince Johnson because of this recording. So, please, I want you to please share this recording.
Sure.
On various media platforms.
We will.
We can have it as an evidence that tomorrow we're not praying for it, but anything that we're on here, we'll be able to run after Prince Johnson. Thank you very much for the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your call. We're not taking calls again. We beg you. That's all the time we've got to be here on the show. We need to go, and we'll be back here tomorrow, inshallah, with the blessing of our parents. We'll be back here tomorrow on the show, Issues of Today. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. We're not taking calls again. Keep your calls. We'll continue to talk about this. Now, I have a whole investigative issue on Prince Johnson from his village in Nimba County, and we'll be releasing that to the Liberian people tomorrow and days to come. Right? We have the town Prince Johnson hails from, that the people are saying they gave him 18 years, he has not done anything. The old people are saying everything. In fact, some of the women in his village, they confess to us how Prince Johnson killed their husbands. We'll play you it, and we'll let you know what they explain to us about Prince Johnson. So Prince Johnson, get ready. The next thing you might do, come, just see me passing, because like I said, we notice some strange people and everything. Do what you think you can do. And I always said this to people. We all have one life to live. No one has control over the life we live. God can accept things, but he decides as to when it should happen. I believe in Allah, and I have a faith that anything that happens to me on earth, it has been accepted by Allah. But if Prince Johnson, even though you fought war, but we're in a peaceful country and a peaceful government, if you think that you can send people on me, continue to do it, and they will tell you the resistance the king met. My name is Sekou Sharif, and inshallah will be back. Every day I will be here, I will talk about how Prince Johnson killed. And I will let the people know that Prince Johnson is very unserious to make decisions for our country. How a killer that killed a sitting president, that killed people, rape people, innocent sisters, mothers, and kill people, family members, and come here and think that he can decide the fate of our country, Liberia. When you say it, then he see it to be a problem. He wants to threaten someone's lives. Tomorrow we'll be back here, inshallah.